Welcome to the Workplace Minute, powered by H3HR Advisors and sponsored by WorkHuman. Thanks for joining me for your quick briefing on what's important in the world of work. My name is Steve Boese. Today in the show, we're diving into the new economics of retirement and what it means for workers, their well-being, and the employers who support them. Let's break it down. Every paycheck, every bill, every unexpected life event shapes whether Americans can truly prepare for a secure retirement. Goldman Sachs Retirement Survey and Insights Report 2025 paints a sobering picture. The retirement math that worked for past generations no longer adds up for millions of workers. Why? Because core expenses like housing, healthcare, childcare, education, even elder care have outpaced wage growth for decades. This creates what the report calls a financial vortex, where workers are pulled in multiple directions by competing financial priorities. According to the survey, about 40% of working Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, with little ability to make meaningful progress on their long-term savings. And even higher earners aren't immune. Nearly 4 in 10 households making over $300,000 annually also report living paycheck to paycheck, a clear sign that lifestyle creep, rising inflation, and debt affect every income bracket. And this financial strain isn't confined to bank accounts. It takes a toll on mental health, productivity, and overall well-being. Workers overwhelmed by credit card debt, student loans, or the cost of raising children often report higher stress and lower resilience at work. And as we know, stress doesn't leave itself at the office door. It shows up as burnout, absenteeism, and disengagement at work. The Goldman Sachs survey confirms that nearly 3/4 of paycheck-to-paycheck workers say that the financial pressures are directly hurting their ability to save for their retirement. And major life events only compound these challenges. Nearly 2/3 of Gen Z and millennials reported experiencing a major financial event in just the past 2 years. Things like buying a home, having a child, or managing a hardship. And 70% said they had to pause their savings, take a loan out from their retirement account, or push out their retirement timelines as a result. In other words, life isn't what gets in the way of retirement planning, life is the way. Interestingly, many workers still express optimism. About 70% say they feel confident that they're on track, but almost 60% also believe they will outlive their savings. This optimism gap shows how fragile financial health really is, and how quickly confidence can turn to concern when unexpected expenses strike. So what can employers do? Well, here's what employers can do to make a real difference. Forward-thinking organizations are recognizing that financial well-being is core to employee well-being, and the report highlights several solutions that measurably improve outcomes. First is simple: access to retirement plans. Workers with access to a 401k have 29% higher savings to income ratios. Expanding plan coverage, especially for small business employees, is critical. Creating emergency savings options and pairing retirement plans with more liquid short-term savings accounts help workers manage financial shocks without derailing their long-term goals. Access to personalized planning and advice. Employees who use a personalized financial plan have up to 27% higher savings to income ratios. And income protection tools are important. Integrating things like annuities or guaranteed income products can reduce longevity risk and increase retirement security. And finally, behavioral support, what Goldman Sachs calls financial grit. Workers with higher grit, optimism, perseverance, and future orientation accumulate nearly 50% more savings over time. And employees can foster this with education, coaching, and flexible benefits programs. So what's the major takeaway for HR leaders? Financial well-being is no longer a nice-to-have benefit. It is now a business imperative. Employers who step up with tools, education, and smarter plan design can reduce stress, improve productivity, and help their people navigate both today's financial obligations and tomorrow's retirement. The economics of retirement have changed, but with thoughtful action, employers can help turn a looming crisis into an opportunity to build resilience and stability for their workforce. That's it for today. Thanks so much for listening, and a big thank you to WorkHuman for supporting the Workplace Minute. If this episode made you think about the financial well-being of your employees, please share it with a colleague. I'm Steve Boese, and this has been the Workplace Minute from H3HR Advisors.